Hello and welcome to Catfish Trash Talk. This is episode 43. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo. I am joined by my co-host, Noelle W. Herzog. She's a comedian.
I am a comedian. I just swallowed my coffee so fast because you started.
Really?
I think I burnt my trachea.
Oh no. Maybe you need to drink some aloe vera juice.
I don't know. I feel like a dragon right now. That was interesting.
Oh my gosh. We're here to talk about season 8, episode 57 of Catfish, the television show. William and Breezy. I hated this episode. I hated it.
Well, now I know what everybody on Reddit was talking about because, like, I don't read spoilers, but everybody was like, "What the hell was this?"
Okay, I saw people posting in our Facebook group, and they were like, "What a waste."
Yeah. Okay, my number one pet peeve is now. Oh, now you guys are gonna start traveling again. Oh, but it just happens to be people in LA reaching out to you, right? Because, like,
okay,
what, they're not traveling,
but all the people reach out to you, and who you pick is William. So he hit the jackpot twice.
Yes.
I don't remember
his first episode.
Okay, I don't remember his original episode. All right, well, I guess you know what. Listen, when we go back, we'll have to recap it.
That was my first question for you. I said, did Tracey watch the original? I did not. And I thought I saw every episode.
Listen, I might have seen it. It doesn't mean that I know what it is.
I would remember him.
I don't know, but maybe he looked different. He did get a BBL.
He did. I know. I was jealous about that.
All right. Well, let's start the episode with Neve in disguise in a 1995 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
I like the Cherokee.
What I know, Neve's like a Jeep snot. Like he's like a Jeep.
Is
freak.
he?
Yeah, that's his.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He's a Jeeper.
I thought he was like a dance freak.
He's a dance freak. He's a Jeeper creeper.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Jeepers creepers.
Where'd you get those people?
That's what he dances to.
Hold up. He really is like a Jeep freak for real.
I think he's a Jeep guy. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't actually look at his stuff though. But I don't know. I like him so much.
My Neve Jeep. Let's see.
That's so funny.
Let's see. No, apparently it should say new Jeep.
Cam probably has like a BMW.
Neve Schulman Jeep. Let's see. He has a 92 Jeep.
That's so silly.
Yeah, he has a mint condition black 1992 Jeep Cherokee XJ.
Here's the thing. That was probably my dream car when I was younger.
I mean, how young were you that a 92 Jeep Grand Cherokee was your dream car?
Long time ago, 11 years old. This was like when Kendall Jenner, when she was getting her first car, she wanted like this vintage, like super old truck thing. Cause like her brother's like very like, they live in Malibu, but they're like very like, you know, rustic and sporty.
Yeah,
so
they hike.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what she wanted.
They hike the canyon.
And it's like, right. And Kris Jenner's like, hello, driving home, you're going to break down driving this thing. It's strange.
There's no heated seats.
Yeah, it's very strange. I have something in my eye.
I see that. I thought you were just having an episode. I thought you were having an episode. I was going to tell you something else, and now car,
Jeep,
well,
Winkies.
There's no way to know. Anyway, so Neve is in the disguise. He's in this old Jeep, and William is from an old episode. He catfished Dallas. I think I do remember this episode now that I'm saying it. Dallas was that really good looking, I think he was like a personal trainer in LA.
How long ago
he was like a hot black guy with dreads.
When they showed the flashbacks, I was like, this guy is hot.
Okay, William. Yeah, I think I do remember it.
I don't remember this like at all.
Yeah, William and Dallas catfish. I'm almost positive I remember this because he pretended that he was a girl.
But is this like, I don't know, what do they call this? Stockholm syndrome?
Yeah, it was
I don't know.
No. It was season 7, episode 25. It wasn't that long ago. Yes, this was the hot guy that look.
Yeah, he is hot. I noticed on the flashback. I did not watch that episode.
I did. Tracey did.
When we recap it, it will be my first time.
It will be my second time.
We'll probably be very old by the time we get to that. Like we got a lot of episodes to go.
We definitely do. Okay, so Breezy is 25. He is from DC. He's very into astrology. And William the baddest is in LA, and he met Breezy through Instagram.
Right.
He lives in LA. He has the ultimate Palm Springs decor in his house.
I like it.
I don't like it. I love it.
Yeah. He is interesting.
I don't like him at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like he is interesting. I like his aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know how I feel about him.
He needs attention.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
He got this lightning bolt face tattoo because he's obsessed with lightning bolts.
Is that real?
It looks pretty real.
Okay. Not that I doubt the look, but it's like, I'm saying like, are you for real?
I think he's for real.
You know,
he also got a BBL. But you know, I gotta tell you, I'm looking at his butt. It's fine.
Look at his Instagram. He puts it out a lot.
Oh, really? Okay. Because I was looking at him in the pink shorts. Now, Breezy is verified. But when Breezy goes live, he doesn't acknowledge William. William will send him hearts and stuff, but he doesn't acknowledge him. Also, Breezy DMs him, but then he unsends them.
Right. Which is like, my first thought would be like, he has a manager.
Right. So now he's an astrologer. He's not just into astrology. He's an astrologer.
Interesting. That's a very LA thing to do.
I know. And he's on TikTok and he talks about how he's moving to LA and he's in LA and he's looking for an apartment. And Cammie's like, don't you know him from TikTok? And he's like, no, my TikTok's banned because I was too explicit. Like everything is like a brag, but like it's a brag for like the wrong it's like I got kicked out of school 12 times. He's like a bad teenager.
We had an old friend like this.
Yes. Yeah. It's like everything is like he's like an out of control teen. But
yeah, it's like, why are you looking? Like, why do you think this is a good look?
I don't know. But you know what? You know that I love the drama. And if you're watching Clayton Echard's season of The Bachelor, then you need to listen to Bachelor Happy Hour, the one and only official Bachelor podcast from Warner Brothers. It's hosted by Becca Kufrin, a Bachelor Nation fan favorite. Every week, Bachelor Happy Hour has exclusive interviews and episode recaps like you won't find anywhere else. From the happy couple to the end of it all, to those women who go home empty-handed after the rose ceremony, Bachelor Happy Hour is where you'll find them first. Becca will be right there covering it all and offering insights that only a former bachelorette can provide. With Shrimpgate officially in the rearview mirror, Becca and Bachelor Nation are closely following Clayton as he makes his way through these last few weeks. The Bachelor promos tease that Clayton was in love with multiple women and he was intimate with more than one. But how will it all play out? If you watch The Bachelor, then Bachelor Happy Hour is a must listen. These podcasts are so funny. They're so great, so informative. Listen to The Bachelor Happy Hour on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or you can listen ad-free by subscribing to Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts or in the Wondery app.
I can't wait.
All right. So now Neve shaves his mustache.
Thank goodness.
And they start talking about like how maybe it's a social media manager that's messaging him from the account.
Okay. So that was my first thought, but it's also like, well, why? And also we did this a few episodes also. Somebody who ran Rich Dollar's social media.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. So they're like, oh, we should just reach out to Breezy and ask. And then they're like, no, wait.
But also like every episode, we're always like, why don't they just reach out to the person?
Right. Because it's like, that's not a TV show.
Right.
So they search his phone number and it goes back to Derek. And then it also goes back to D Breezy. So it's like Derek, his name is probably Derek.
Right.
Noelle, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Breezy? Like, is that why he's on this episode? Is he trying to be a thing?
Okay. I feel like William is trying to launch a career.
Right. But I think that so is Breezy.
So do I. And I think they're in cahoots.
Same. Okay. But also I think that the show's in cahoots. They probably paid them to be on the show.
Do you think really Neve and Cammie knew? I was wondering that.
How do you not know?
I feel like they made it like, well, we didn't get there, but like Cammie knows.
All right. Well, they reach out to Nisha, who's D Breezy's BFF. And then they also reach out to Zoe, who's his sister.
Right.
They talk to Nisha. She's like, I don't know anything about it, William, but I think he's seeing someone. And also he has an assistant.
But also, they should say to him, because we don't even know if Breezy is, not that it matters, but like what his sexual orientation is. Like, you could probably kill two birds with one stone. Is he dating men? Is he?
Oh, I don't think that they're. I don't think they're confused at all because he's very vocal on TikTok.
Is he?
Yeah, apparently that's where his following is. So I'm sure he makes videos.
Okay.
So Breezy calls and he's like, "Who's William?" And then he gets nasty with Neve.
Why is he so mean?
Because this
is a television show.
It's a script. So Breezy's like, "Well, I didn't talk to him, and then I'm mad at you, Neve, because you said that you wanted a reading, and now I don't think you want a reading." And Neve's like, "No, I do want a reading."
But so he's like, catfished me.
Yeah, he goes, "Did you just catfish me?" So Breezy's like, "You know what? I don't want anything to do with this. Don't call me anymore."
But that's what makes him look guilty. It makes it look like he doesn't want anything to do with this. Like, why is he so adamant about not wanting anything to do with it?
I'm not sure. Our next partner has a product that I use literally every day. I started taking Athletic Greens because I wanted to have more energy and better gut health. So what is this stuff? With one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging, all of the things. I take it in the morning on an empty stomach. Noelle, you've been taking it too.
Tracey, I am surprised by how much I like it. I really like the taste of it so much.
It's like a chocolate tropical taste. It's very good.
And it's very light too.
It is very light. It's not like a thick,
not like a shake.
Yes.
You know,
it's lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy free, or gluten free. And it's cheaper than getting all the different supplements yourself. Your subscription comes with a year's supply of vitamin D, which is so important to add in these winter months when we don't get as much sunlight. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into the flu and cold season. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1 year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/catfish. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/catfish to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
All right.
All right. So they go to William's house.
Yes.
And they're going to tell him everything that they found.
He's so funny. He's like, "You got some tea for me?"
But it's like everything is over the top. Everything's an act. Everything's a show. Everything's a performance.
Well, that's exactly what bothers me because I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, what if him and I were friends?
Yeah.
And if it was just him and I, no cameras around, is that how he would be speaking to me? That was my first thought watching this.
Okay. So I've had friends that are like very dramatic and very like performance driven that are like that.
Yeah.
And then like personally and privately. And then I've had ones that are totally different people. And I like the ones who are totally different people.
Right. Like if am I gonna like come over and he's like, "Yo, girl, it's William here. You want to hang out? You got some tea for me?" It's like, what?
Right. Or is he gonna be like, "No, I'll come over."
Right. No, I'll come hang.
My butt hurts.
Right. And then I'd be like, "Mine too."
It's so Brazilian lifted.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
You have to come over and give me a lymphatic drainage massage on my butt.
I want a lymphatic drainage massage too.
Well, he'll give you one back. So they tell him, they're like, "Listen, I know that you think like he professed his love to you. He didn't. And also he doesn't talk to you ever."
Right.
And he's like, "Well, I love him." And they're like, "All right, look at actions and not words." So they're kind of like already planting the seed that he's delusional.
Right. Like kind of like he has made up in his head a relationship that doesn't exist.
He did.
But here's the thing. What were they talking about?
Listen, I got to tell you, let's get through this because I have a lot of weird questions.
Let's do it. Okay.
All right. So then all of a sudden, after Breezy said he wants nothing to do, Breezy's account DMs him and says, "Okay, fine. I'm finally ready to meet and I'm in LA.
Here's my address."
Right. So they give an address and they're like, "What time?" And he's like, "I'm not sure."
And that's where it's like, come on. But whatever, you have the address anyway. So what does it really matter?
All right. So they go to the address. It's a big house. Neve is like, "Oh my God, this is so big." It's a regular house.
Maybe for LA. I don't know. It seemed like a regular house to me.
William has on these neon pink sunglasses. This is what I mean, though. Like everything's a costume.
This reminds me of white plastic.
He is white plastic. Do you know that white plastic also follow each other on Instagram?
Of course they do.
William is just so over the top. So Zoe answers the door and everyone's confused. And she's also like not saying anything.
Right. She's being awkward for no reason.
So she was the one messaging from Breezy's account and she was doing it to quote unquote prank her brother.
Right. But okay. The way she says it is kind of like we should know what she's talking about. She's like, yeah, it's the prank. It's like, what prank? Why don't you explain? Do you guys go back and forth pranking?
Right. Does he DM people that you're talking to?
Right.
Okay. But also she said that she chose him because Breezy and William were friends.
Right.
But then Breezy said that he doesn't know who William is, but he does because
that's why William was kind of like, he doesn't know who I am.
Right. But
then again, he's talking to him.
Even
right.
Zoe says that he knows who he is, but then Breezy's like, I don't know who he is. And then we never address it.
Yes.
So now Breezy comes out super impromptu with his Burberry t-shirt on.
Right. He didn't know what was happening.
He was just lounging in his burbs. And he looks at Neve and Cammy and he goes, quote, you didn't have to call the police.
What does that mean?
I don't know. So Zoe does the thing that every catfish does. And she's like, well, I didn't want to talk to him anymore. I didn't mean for it to get this out of hand, but he was very persistent.
They love to blame.
So now all of a sudden you're polite.
Okay.
So
basically like she was trying to not talk to him. She was trying to ghost him. And he was persistent. F you.
So she couldn't ghost him because she just loves him.
Block
so much.
him.
So Cammy's like, hey, can I talk to you, William, in the car? So Cammy's like, tell me the truth. So now I'm like, is she going to be like, listen, we know that you're trying to be a rapper.
Right.
And we know he's trying to be an astrologer. Is this why you're doing this? But that's not what she was going for. She was like, you know that this was not a real relationship and you made this up in your head.
Is that what she was going for? Because I thought she was going for.
I thought she was, but then it seems like a switcheroo.
Yeah, I don't know. They knew something was up. You're right. Because Neve joins.
Sure.
Yeah.
So then she thinks that he tried to make something from nothing, basically asking him if he's in on it. And then he admits that he's basically desperate.
Right. Which is sad.
And that's kind of really all it is. And he's like, I know that he wasn't my boyfriend, but like, I really liked him.
But what were they talking about?
Nothing. They were just like liking each other's pictures and like, I guess.
Right. Like we didn't see the messages. Like,
right. So 2 months later, that's it. That's the whole conclusion.
That's
2
all
months
that
later,
happened.
They call Will. And he said that he hit on Breezy again and he shot him down and friend zoned him. Who are you to keep doing this? This is so crazy.
Now you're being crazy.
And then they Zoom with Breezy and Zoe and they're like, hey. And they're like, hey. And that's it.
Also, I thought Breezy lived in DC. So, but he was at the house. He just happened to be at the house.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
When did you move
I think
here?
Zoe lives there.
So are you
right?
Do you live with Zoe?
And you just happen to be there when Catfish shows up, but you live in DC because the real Breezy lives in DC because it says it on his bio.
Oh, well. This doesn't make sense, but it is making a lot of people Google who Breezy is, follow him on TikTok, and look up William.
Well, that's the thing. So, like, do you think they were in cahoots?
I think that MTV is in cahoots with all of this. I think that all of these things that just so happen to feature certain people are not done by accident.
See, I thought maybe
like I think that. Okay, so this is what I really think. Like in real life, what I think is possible that happens. Maybe William has a publicist, and maybe Breezy has the same publicist, and maybe they're friends with someone at MTV, and they do some work for someone at MTV. And they're like, you know, it would be great. Why don't we have them on Catfish? We'll make up this thing, and we'll get them tons of exposure.
See, I just figured they were like friends in LA, and they were like, you know what, would be a good idea. Or maybe
Because
white plastic was like, hey, I have
they
an
might-
idea for you.
I'm telling you, whoever represents these people, they're all friends.
Because we thought also white plastic was in it for the clout.
Yeah. And
You
he
know?
probably is like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. All of these people are in cahoots with the show somehow. Maybe not Neve and Cammy,
Right.
but the publicists.
That makes
something.
sense.
That's what's happening, because a lot of things, like even when you see a lot of gossip, a lot of gossip is generated by the actual person for publicity.
Yes.
So when you see certain celebrities hanging out together, or it's usually like D-list celebrities that hang out together, they usually have the same publicist.
That makes sense. Right.
Because it kills two birds with one stone. And it also creates a buzz.
I don't think that anybody realizes, like a lot of people don't realize like any press is good press.
Mhm.
So like people look at it as in like, listen, no matter who's the villain here, you're still looking at their profiles. You're still interacting.
People
with
are
them.
still following them, whether they're
Right.
following them or not. They're discovering them. And that's how they build up a following, and that's how they become an influencer. I mean, going back to the white plastic thing, that girl EBT Baby,
yes,
she has a ton of followers.
I know.
You know,
she performs a lot.
she's somewhat of an influencer. She probably gets brand deals. Like this, people actually make money from doing this, whether you have a talent, whether you have or not.
Should I have just gone on Catfish?
Yeah, is that what you were trying to do? You're trying to be an influencer?
Yeah.
Well,
I just want free candles and stuff.
I was gonna say you're gonna be a candle influencer.
Yeah. I mean, I bought enough of them today, actually.
You can be. I'm dying for you to start a candle TikTok.
I know. Once I get my own quote unquote studio together, I will.
Okay, thank you. I really want that to happen for you.
I want it to happen for me too.
I want to get what's it called? Like press boxes. What do they call them?
Whatever they're called. I am dying for them. There's this girl, I love her on TikTok. I follow her. She's has very, very, very bad anxiety, like you and I, like does not want to go out, is afraid to go to sleep at night, stays up all night because she's anxious. She gets so many, what are they, press boxes?
I don't know. I just made that up.
I don't know. She gets so many fucking boxes of clothes and makeup and bags and this and that. It's like, I could just die. I can't believe it. It's like my dream. I don't even need money. I need the stuff.
Yeah.
I need the stuff. I need to roll around in this stuff. I need to just wear these platform boots to the corner. I don't know where I'm going wearing any of this, but I just need it.
I get it. I totally get it. Guys, thank you so much for listening to us. And if you love Noelle and I, like we love ourselves, go over to patreon.com/trash talk podcast, where you find so many of our bonus podcasts. We have a bonus podcast called BS, and it is so much fun. It's a lot of just banter back and forth. We have a great time with it. Also, make sure you're listening to our other podcasts that are completely free and available everywhere the podcasts are found. 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk and Teen Mom Trash Talk. And if you want to talk about this podcast or the show Catfish, the TV show, go to Catfish Trash Talk on Facebook. It's a group. Join it, and you can discuss with us, the hosts.
And tell us what you think about this episode.
Please tell us what you think about this episode. You could follow me at Tracey Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. And you could go to TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of my upcoming stand-up comedy dates and everything podcast related. You can follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well. And give us a 5-star rating and an amazing review if you love this podcast on whatever platform you listen on. Okay. Also, one quick thing.
Tell me.
I started my bite journey. I'm doing bite aligners. And if you guys want to join me on that, I have a special discount code for you. It's biteme.com, code Tracey19. Okay, bye.
Bye.